Chapter 1. The Baby with the Wrong Face Mark. Sunil Gavaskar was born on July 10, 1949, in Mumbai, India. His family was simple, but full of love. From the very first day of his life, something strange happened. When he was born, his uncle noticed that the baby in the hospital crib had no small mark on the left ear, but Sunil was supposed to have one. His uncle shouted in shock and ran to the nurse. After a quick check, they found the real Sunil sleeping in another room. The babies had been exchanged by mistake. That one small mark on his ear saved his life and identity. Everyone in the family used to laugh later, saying he was special from birth. As Sunil grew, he was always seen with a small cricket bat made of wood. He would play in the narrow lanes of Mumbai for hours. His mother, Meenal, often had to call him many times before he came home for food. His father, Manohar Gavaskar, was a good club-level cricketer and encouraged Sunil to study but never stopped him from playing cricket. When other children dreamed of toys, Sunil dreamed of holding a real bat on a big ground. His school teachers often said he was a calm boy with sharp eyes that never missed a ball. Nobody in his class could bowl him out easily. When he studied at St. Xavier's High School, his love for cricket grew stronger. Every morning before school, he would practice batting in the small ground behind his house. His mother used to pack his tiffin early, knowing he would never skip that practice. One day, during a local school match, he hit so many boundaries that the crowd clapped non-stop. People started whispering, "This boy will play for India one day." At that time, he was just 10 years old, but his heart was already chasing a dream much bigger than his size. Chapter 2. The Boy Who Never Gave Up. In school, Sunil Gavaskar became famous as Sunny, the boy who always scored runs. Every time he went to bat, his friends would shout his name loudly. He played in the hot sun, in the rain, and sometimes even when he was sick. Once, during an inter-school match, he had a fever, but he still went out to bat. His friends told him to rest, but he smiled and said softly, "Cricket doesn't wait." That day, he made a 50 and returned home tired but proud. His parents were surprised by his willpower. As he grew older, he joined St. Xavier's College and played for the college team. The cricket field became his second home. His coach, Akrakar Sir, was strict but loving. He would make Sunil bat for hours, correcting every mistake. Once, Sunil missed an easy ball and the coach stopped the practice. "You have to learn to focus," he said. Sunil nodded silently and practiced until the sun went down. That discipline became his secret strength later in life. In 1966, he played in the Rohinton Barria Trophy, a college-level competition. His team depended on him. In one game, when all wickets were falling, Sunil stayed strong. He faced fast bowlers bravely, defending every ball with calmness. His teammates watched in wonder. By the end, he had scored more than anyone else. After that, people in Mumbai cricket circles started to talk about him. "That short boy with calm eyes is something special," they said. Soon, he joined the Bombay Ranji team. It was his first step into serious cricket. On the field, he was still small in height, but his confidence was tall. In his first match, he did not score many runs, but he didn't lose heart. "I'll do better next time," he promised himself. The next few matches proved his words true. He hit strong shots, guided his team, and started to earn respect. Every day, his dream of playing for India was coming closer. Chapter 3. The Dream Comes True. The year 1971 changed Sunil Gavaskar's life forever. India was touring the West Indies, a team feared for their fast bowlers and power hitters. Gavaskar, still a newcomer, was chosen for the squad. When he got the news, he couldn't believe it. He ran to tell his parents, and his mother's eyes filled with tears of pride. "Play with honesty and courage," his father said. Those words stayed in his heart. But fate played a little game. He got injured just before his first match and couldn't play. Many thought his chance was gone, but Sunil didn't lose hope. He quietly waited, watching every match, studying the bowlers and preparing in his mind. Finally, his turn came. In the second test match, he was called to play. The West Indian bowlers were tall and fast, throwing fiery balls that scared even the best batsmen. But Sunil walked onto the field calmly. He adjusted his cap, looked at the sky for a moment, and took his stance. The first few balls hit his bat hard, but he didn't move. His eyes stayed steady. Slowly, he started to score. One run, then another, then a boundary. The crowd began to notice the small Indian batsman who wasn't afraid. That series became historic. Gavaskar scored 4 centuries and 3 half-centuries. He faced bowlers like Andy Roberts and Garfield Sobers with patience and skill. Commentators couldn't believe how this young man handled the pressure. Newspapers called him the Little Master. In one match, he played for hours without getting out, showing what real focus means. His teammates lifted him on their shoulders when India won the series, the first ever win against the West Indies. When he returned to India, thousands came to welcome him at the airport. People shouted his name and threw flowers. Reporters crowded around him, but Sunil just smiled humbly. "I only did my duty," he said. That moment made him a national hero. For the first time, India felt proud that one of their own could face the world's best and stand tall. It wasn't just a win for cricket. It was a win for confidence, courage, and dreams. Chapter 4. The Pressure of Fame. After the 1971 victory, Sunil Gavaskar became a name every Indian knew. People stopped him on the streets, asking for autographs. Children began to copy his batting style, standing straight with their bats held firm like him. But fame also brought pressure. Every time he went out to bat, millions expected him to score runs. Journalists wrote stories if he got out early. Some fans even blamed him when India lost. But Sunil stayed calm. He said, "In cricket, you win some, you lose some. The game teaches you patience." During the 1975 World Cup in England, India struggled against powerful teams. The pitches were cold and hard, and the bowlers fast. In one match, people criticized Gavaskar for batting too slowly. Reporters questioned his spirit, but he didn't answer with anger. Instead, he worked even harder. In the next series, he made brilliant centuries, proving his dedication. His quiet confidence became his weapon. At home, life was simple. He married Motivational Mehta in 1974, a woman who brought peace into his busy world. She supported him through his highs and lows. When he was away for months playing cricket, he wrote her letters. In one, he said, "Every cheer from the crowd reminds me of you." Their love story showed another side of him, gentle, caring, and deeply human. One of his most unforgettable innings came against Pakistan in 1978. The rivalry was intense, the crowd loud, and tension everywhere. Gavaskar walked in as the opening batsman. He stood calmly against fierce bowling, and every shot he played echoed confidence. When he scored his century, the stadium erupted in joy. His teammates hugged him, and even Pakistani fans clapped. That match wasn't just about cricket. It was about respect. But the long tours took a toll. He missed family moments and festivals. Once, while playing in Australia, he received a letter from his mother saying, "Your father listens to every match on the radio. He smiles when he hears your name." That letter made him emotional. He realized success means little if you forget where you came from. So, whenever he returned home, he spent time with his parents, thanking them for every lesson they taught him. Chapter 5. The Man Who Never Gave Up. By the early 1980s, Sunil Gavaskar was the backbone of Indian cricket. Bowlers from around the world feared his straight bat and sharp eyes. Yet, even after years of success, he still practiced for hours every day. He would face young bowlers in the nets, asking them to bowl fast and close to his body. He wanted to stay ready, no matter what. His discipline amazed everyone. Once, when it rained for hours and the pitch was muddy, other players rested, but Sunil still trained with a tennis ball in the corridor of his hotel room. In 1983, India won the Cricket World Cup. Even though Gavaskar didn't score many runs in the final, his leadership spirit had guided the young team for years. He hugged every player with pride when the trophy was lifted. That night, when fireworks lit the sky, he stood quietly, smiling. He knew what this victory meant for the country. "We have made India believe," he said softly. But the journey wasn't always smooth. In 1984, during a tough tour of the West Indies, the fast bowlers were fierce. Their balls came like lightning, and many batsmen got injured. Gavaskar was hit on his arm, but he didn't walk away. He stood tall, his helmet shining under the sun, and fought back with steady defense. Every ball he blocked became a message. Courage means staying when others step back. That day, even his rivals admired him. Off the field, Sunil was a man of strong values. He believed in fairness and discipline. Once, when a junior player argued with an umpire, Gavaskar took him aside and said, "Respect the game first. Runs and fame will follow." His words carried weight, not because he was strict, but because he lived by them. As years passed, younger players like Kapil Dev and Ravi Shastri joined the team. Gavaskar became their guide, helping them handle fame and failure. In one match against Australia in 1986, India needed a draw to save the series. Gavaskar batted for hours under pressure, defending every ball with patience. When the match ended safely, the crowd chanted his name again and again. That moment showed why he was called the Little Master, not because of his height, but because of his heart and skill. By the late 1980s, Sunil knew his playing days were near the end, but he still played every match with full spirit. He said, "Cricket gave me everything: respect, lessons, and love. I will leave it with a smile." Chapter 6. The Last Innings and Beyond. In 1987, the sun of a golden cricket era began to set. Sunil Gavaskar, the man who had faced the fiercest bowlers without fear, was now playing his last series. It was the World Cup, and India was defending its title. Every stadium he entered echoed with cheers. "Sunny! Sunny!" People came not just to see his batting, but to thank him for years of pride and inspiration. His final Test series was against Pakistan, one of India's strongest rivals. The pitch was rough, and the bowlers were fast, but Sunil played with his usual calmness. In his last match in Bangalore, he scored a beautiful 96 runs, almost a century. The crowd rose to their feet, clapping non-stop. Some had tears in their eyes. When he finally walked back to the pavilion, he didn't raise his bat in pride. He raised it in gratitude. He knew this was not just the end of a match, but the end of a lifetime journey. After retirement, Gavaskar didn't leave cricket behind. He became a commentator, his smooth voice now guiding fans instead of the ball. He spoke with honesty and love for the game. Young players like Sachin Tendulkar often said, "Sunny Sir taught us how to face challenges with a smile." Even when India lost matches, his words calmed fans. "Tomorrow is another day. Keep faith." But beyond the cricket field, Sunil was a humble family man. He spent time with his wife Marshnil and his son Rohan, who also became a cricketer. He often shared small stories from his early life, reminding people that success starts with simple dreams and endless hard work. Once, when a child asked him how he faced fear, he smiled and said, "By trusting the practice I did yesterday." He received many awards, including the Padma Bhushan and the Bharat Ratna, India's highest honor. Yet, when reporters asked him about the biggest moment of his life, he said softly, It was when I first wore the Indian cap. That sentence showed who he truly was, a man of gratitude and love for his country. Even today, when young players walk to the pitch, they remember his calm eyes, his straight bat, and his quiet confidence. Sunil Gavaskar proved that true greatness is not about power or size, but about passion and patience. His story is not just of cricket. It is the story of how a boy with a broken nose became a legend who made an entire nation believe in itself.